Do you ever feel jealous for no apparent reason?
Jealousy is so scary to me because I can't tell you how many interactions I've had with girls, like my first time meeting them, and they just don't like me off the jump. For the longest time, I could never figure out what it was. Like, I tried being super nice, super inviting, but it's because I'm pretty. There were some people who I would be like, oh my gosh, I want to be your friend so bad, and we could never be friends because it was always like a secret competition.
I was having a conversation with this guy one time, and he was so passionate about how much he hated makeup, hated girls that wear makeup. I hate women. So I was like, oh, why? Like, what's your big issue with makeup? And he said, and I quote, I don't think it's fair that women get to wear makeup, but men can't. If a woman has really bad skin, she can just cover it up with makeup. But when I had bad skin, I had to walk around with it, and I felt really insecure.
As you can tell, overall, people get jealous. You can have no apparent reason. You can have the stupidest reason even. People will be jealous of you. Or you will be jealous of people. Now, is it your own immaturity as to why you're jealous of that person? Not necessarily. It could be an insecurity or a flaw that you don't like about yourself and you're just projecting it on that person. Jealousy is like a pharmaceutical drug. In small amounts, it can help and it could get you off your feet. It can be beneficial. But in large amounts, it can be lethal, deadly, not good for you. So, let's get into the video.
Hello, I'm Simma. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about 5 tips to counteract your whole problem with comparison. Okay. Number 1 is jealousy can be used as a tool. Jealousy just means that you really want that thing. You really want whatever that person has.
Jealousy is just a negative perspective of desire. So when you are jealous of someone, basically you just desire to have something that they have. If you realize that jealousy is just desire taken out of context, and you feel desire to help guide you towards what is meant for you, you can transmute jealousy into inspiration.
Your desires were planted into your heart by some type of higher being, whoever you believe in. And there's a reason why you have those desires. It's because you can get them. Like, you wouldn't want those things if you knew they were unattainable. But the only reason why we really feel jealous is because we think we already have that thing and we're just afraid of losing it. Let me explain. Jealousy and envy are 2 different things. Envy means you already know that you don't have that thing and you still want that thing even though you know you can't have it or you know that you don't have it whatsoever. You just want it. Just cause. Jealousy is when you already think that you have the thing. Don't get it twisted with envy. Jealousy can be used as a driving force to get where you want to go.
But of course, there are downsides. If you don't alchemize your jealousy or turn it into anything positive like inspiration, you treat it the same way you treat envy, in a very toxic, negative way, then you're just stuck where you are. You think you have that thing, but you can obviously tell you don't have it. You know the saying of evil eye? You are putting evil eye on other people because you know that you don't have that thing. Take jealousy in a positive light. There are most likely other people that are trying to bring you down for the successes you have that you don't even see.
Number 2, this is gonna sound cliche, but unfollow the people that make you feel envious of them. Not jealous, envious. Get rid of the people that don't motivate you to be better. Get rid of the people that make you feel less about yourself or make you feel inferior to them. It is not worth it to feel inferior to somebody just because they live a better life than you or they make more money than you.
When you win, you become a reflection for everybody else's non-achievements. You went for what if because you know that only lasts for a moment instead of why never, which lasts for a lifetime.
Most people are risk averse for good reason too, because if you go gamble $1,000, you're probably going to lose that $1,000 or you're going to lose even more of your money. You could lose your life savings on a bet where you don't even have a 50-50 chance of winning. But that doesn't mean that you don't take risks, right? People are jealous of others that take the risk but succeed. They're not jealous of the people that take the risk and fail. The thing is that the people that are successful, that took the risk, they've taken the risk multiple times and they have failed multiple times. We never saw how many times they failed. We never saw how much hard work they put into what they're doing. So you can never compare yourself to somebody else's circumstances and think, oh, I'm jealous of them. I wish they had their life. You've never lived their life. You've never gone through their experiences. Do you think you could handle their experiences? Someone's experiences are tailored directly towards them, their resilience, their courage, their likelihood to take risks. If you're not willing to do that, then don't try and swap lives with somebody else when you don't even know the first thing about them.
Number 3. Do you know the quote comparison is the thief of joy? It can be the thief of joy, because, you know, somebody is doing something great and amazing and you want to do something great and amazing too.
People will love you when you're not a threat to their ego or their insecurities. You're leveling up and all that good shit. People gonna hate on you secretly or to your face. It don't matter.
The main downside of making something of yourself in any way is the people around you will become jealous of you and they won't treat you the way that you want to be treated. Because if they spent their whole life walking all over you, they're going to expect that they'll be able to walk all over you for the rest of their life. But they can't. The way other people treat you is how they project themselves onto you. The way someone treats you is all about them. It is never about you. So if they're jealous of you, that means they're insecure that they don't have that thing. People keep on deluding themselves into thinking that they want the thing. Like, for example, hustle culture. Social media pushes this narrative where we all should hustle and grind and do better, but sometimes you don't need to do better. Sometimes you're perfectly happy with where you're at. Comparison is the thief of joy because it makes you feel like you should be unfulfilled with your life when you're perfectly fine with it. Some people just want to live a quiet life. A lot of people don't have the ambition to follow through. So now we're just stuck with comparing ourselves to all these people that had the ambition to follow through.
Like, think about it. Do you really want a new car? Like, because if you don't care about cars, but you just want a Lambo for social status and to look better in front of your friends, then do you really want that Lambo for yourself? No. Because if you really wanted to do the thing, you would have already done it. You wouldn't be comparing yourself in the first place if you really wanted to do it. Number 4, don't believe in the whole narrative of hustle culture. You know, on social media, hustle culture is like a really big thing where you have to keep on working, you have to work overtime every day, grind it out for 20 years, and then you'll be a millionaire. You'll be fine. You'll be on vacation, on the beach, pina coladas every day, all of that. You just have to work really hard for 20 years. You don't need to do that. Because what hustle culture does is put you in a state of desperation.
I caught myself falling into this scarcity mindset where I was like, oh my god, I really need this job. Like, the economy is so bad. I'm so lucky to even have this job. And which I am. I can get whatever it is that I want. I don't need to be tied to this job. I started believing that my corporate job was what was giving me stability. And the truth is that there is no stability in life.
So for the thing you want, the thing that you're jealous of other people having, you're even more disconnected than you were before. Because at least if you're jealous, then you acknowledge that you want that thing and you already think that thing is in your possession. You just have to work towards it in some type of way. But if you're desperate for that thing, it creates an even larger gap of disconnect where you don't have it.
Anti-hustle culture simply means not equating your work or your output to your self-worth. Because when we equate our output to our self-worth, we do not let ourselves rest. And above the notion of living a life that feels good to us. Because we are trained to believe that what feels good to us is forms of material achievement.
Something you guys don't understand is that we're not supposed to become too attached to material things. There is a reason why the law of attachment exists. Because if we're too attached to something, when we lose it, we act like our whole world is going to come crashing down. It can be taken from you as a test to see how you would react from whatever higher being you believe in. And it creates even more disconnect to what you actually do want, what you actually do desire, what you are on track to achieve.
The whole narrative of hustle culture is very toxic. It undermines your mental and your physical health. It's not sustainable, causes a lot of burnout. That's why a lot of people aren't happy with their 9 to 5s because they hustle through it and they pray for their retirement fund after 60 years. Do you want that to be you? Number 5 is try to go on a social media detox. I have a whole video about going into a social media detox. So if you want to go more so in depth, it's somewhere on the corners. Use this app. It's called Opal. It blocks you from certain apps, and I choose social media during the day because I don't want to be on it. I don't want to be scrolling. I don't want to be comparing myself to somebody. I don't want to be feeling inferior. I don't want to get myself distracted from my work, from what I really want to do, for what I want to pursue, because it's not worth it. You really don't know if you'll succeed at something until you succeed. So just do the thing and see if you fail or if you don't. Because if you fail, you learn something. If you succeed, you learn something. It's a win-win situation on both sides. That is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that, and stay tuned for more. Bye-bye.